That got caught on recording now. Sucks for you.
That's right.
I'll just forward it around to a couple agencies. Uh, so, I'm a little scatterbrained, so forgive me if I'm not on top of everything. And also, I'll try to mute if I cough and whatnot, but in the event if I start laughing, I apologize that I sound like the dog from Wacky Races.
I want to hear it. Nice.
So, I got that going for me.
Silver lining.
Alright, so when we last left off, the party had found Baron again, and after a short-lived foray back into the Feathergale Spire, they decided to burn it and ensure that no one could escape. Watching the flames illuminate the night and the cries of those trapped fade out as they slept, the party ventured forth the next morning, heading down into the Cyan Valley, making their way to an opening that they saw a couple cultists duck into, believing it to be the next location they're looking for. You'd made it about halfway and dispatched with a couple manticores, and I believe Baird is rank 1 exhausted, stage 1 exhaustion, whatever level system it is. If I remember correctly, Jail had also used what is it? Druid what's the druid spell to check for the weather?
Druidcraft.
Druidcraft. I thought it was something like that. I couldn't remember the name. And it showed clear skies.
How the fuck did you remember that? Or did you write it down?
No, I remember it, and it's a lot easier for me to remember stupid shit when you're not drinking.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I can sympathize.
So, resuming the party's venture down the hill into the valley towards Knife Point Gully, which was your destination. It is about midday, and the skies are becoming overcast.
Looking at the sky, I look at Jail. I'm sure your forecasting was right.
Without a doubt.
It'll be quite miserable to be stuck in this valley if it rains.
Dave, give me a nature.
Nature of 5.
Worst good ever. That's on top of your female halfling riding a dog. Yeah, I remember that one too.
Alright, well, I was going to give you a little more flavor, but yeah, no. Your druidcraft appears to have been wrong. That's what you get.
Yeah, maybe you're right. So this weather doesn't seem to be all that fortuitous. Um, Let me try Druidcraft again. I swear it should
Adam,
be 100% accurate.
Adam, we have a destination locked in, right? We saw where we saw cultists going.
Yeah, you saw cultists duck in. So I mentioned it's called Knife Point Gully. It's basically once you're skirting around one of the walls of the valley, we'll say the northeast corner, and it juts in almost almost like you're walking through a separate valley / tunnel area. That's where you're headed to. So you saw through the spyglass that's where cultists had gone into. So
Is that like how far is that from us? Is that like a couple days? Is that like an hour?
You think you can make it by probably about nightfall? You would fought the Manticores at the top of the valley before you had started descending down. That's kind of where we had called it. So about a half day's march would put you down in the valley at the entrance of this gully.
I watched jail to see what the new results are.
Kinda. See if I can.
Oh, I got it from the description. I don't know.
So kind of, you're up by, if that comes across at all, you're up by V2.
Does not come across well enough to read.
So
I can see the picture vaguely.
You're up here, heading down in, and this crevasse.
Gotcha.
Alright, so Dave, your Druidcraft?
Yes, I'm doing Druidcraft.
Alright. That just gives you information. You don't need to roll for it or anything, right?
Right.
Bright and sunny. What do you know?
Bells are funky. Funky.
I mean, it looks like overcast to me, but it's bright and sunny, so...
So your magic is wrong.
Jail,
Under my breath, I'm going to curse by the flames. Goddamn druid.
Jail, if you would like, you can give me an Arcana or reattempt a Nature.
Yeah, I'll reattempt nature. 15.
Alright. Knowing how Druidcraft works, yes, it looks like a storm is coming, and because your Druidcraft is showing clear skies and bright, happy days, whatever would be the cause of this storm is not natural. It is a very... like, some force of magic is causing this storm to arrive.
So I'm going to say... it just must mean this storm isn't natural. It's caused by something else.
So your magic is useless and your predictions are useless, is what you're saying.
Sorry.
I'm saying that nature will do what it does, and if someone else influences the area, nature doesn't care.
Clearly. Looking to the group, I think that we either need to double time it or try to wait out whatever this is.
I would vote for double time.
Anybody else who...
I ignore jail completely at this point.
Anybody else who would like to make a nature or some sort of intelligence check along those lines regarding the impending storm, feel free.
Yeah, I'll check. It's a 19.
And given that I said it's magical, if you want to try to use an Arcana, that's acceptable too.
Oh yeah, I'll do Arcana.
18 for me.
You go check the door. I'll be right back.
There's no door in the valley, Dave.
You don't know that yet? You haven't checked the valley?
Touché.
Alright, so it was an 18 from you. Mike, with your Arcana instead of a Nature, what does that change your roll to?
Oh, it's still a 19.
Oh, okay. Alright, so it's aside from just being very overcast, it looks just like sheer darkness approaching. Whatever storm is going to start to rage from this is going to have a long duration. It'd be impossible to tell how soon it would end, if it would even end. It looks like a very bad omen.
I'm waiting for an answer to my query from the group. So.
Double time.
Yeah, I'll study the storm. Yeah, we should make it there as fast as possible. This certainly can be good.
I cock an eyebrow at Rex. That's you, Ryan.
Brian?
No. Ryan.
Hmm.
Did his headset cut off or something?
I don't know.
I just see him chewing his nails. That's all I'm getting.
I'll shoot him a message. Like, I see his camera active.
Hey, Ryan.
I don't know if he's muted us and watching something else or what's happening.
Oh. No, sorry.
Hey,
I'm definitely here. My bad.
We're like, did he mute us? Is he... Just watching you chew your nails.
Yeah. Do you have an answer? A response, a vote, an opinion?
I don't know what the question was.
So you weren't here.
No, I'm here.
Just not
I
listening.
wasn't there.
So I was ignoring jail at this point, and I said, I say we either double time it or we make camp here and hope to wait out the storm rather than go into the valley. Those are our two choices. Everybody else so far has voted double time.
Double time is fine.
With that, I turn and march quickly into the valley, heading in that direction then.
All right.
I say, I'll catch up. And I go to loot the manticore.
Oh, God damn it. I forgot you didn't do this last time. All right. So you all start to venture forth, Dave. What are you looking for on the manticore?
Can I do a nature check to see if anything's valuable on a manticore?
Okay. By all means.
God damn it. 5?
You wouldn't know where to start on what parts of a manticore would be most desired by any sort of vendor or tanner or what have you.
If only they had a value like goblin ears, right, Dave?
Yeah, or like... Man. I'm thinking of the right thing, right? The lion/scorpion.
Yeah, no, that you are thinking the right thing, but
Yeah.
rolled a 5 nature, so.
No, I know. All right. I'm just gonna try to grab a tooth, I guess, just a canine with a dagger.
Poisons himself on it. Poisons himself.
Give me a
on it.
dexterity check.
Dexterity check or save?
Save.
Save. 19.
All right. Knowing that the manticore has venom, you are able to deftly remove a manticore fang without wounding yourself in the process.
Okay, I'll put it carefully in my bag, wrap it up, and then catch up with the party.
Is it every other character that you decide you need, like, trophies
Trophies?
and mementos?
Yes. Yes, it is.
If it has anything to do with the woodlands, there's trophies for them.
Sadly, it's a monstrosity and not a beast. Otherwise, I'd be able to turn into it.
It's always pretty good when Dave starts collecting trophies because he always gets like.
What's the CR? What's the CR on a manicore?
I don't know. We whooped it pretty good.
3?
Alright, so no, you can't fucking turn into one.
I can't because it's a monstrosity. I think I can turn into CR of 3.
What level druid are you?
7?
Probably. Assuming he had
Oh,
multi-class.
Call shenanigans.
What was the giant? What was the giant ape that he turned Mike into?
That's polymorph. That's different.
Well, yeah, but it still had a CR scale.
Yeah, that was a 6, I think.
Not that this matters, but I'm just looking it up just because.
While we're marching through, I want to keep a sharp eye out for anybody.
I'm gonna run ahead, being the fastest, making sure to stay within eyesight of the group and be cautious on any corners.
Okay.
If it helps, I only have a 10. So I'm at disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, so at 8th level druid, you have a max CR of 1.
Starting at 6th level, you can transform into a beast with the challenge rating as high as your druid level divided by 3.
It depends. He's the school of the moon, Ryan.
So
So druid level divided by 3 is still 7 divided by 3, which would put
at
you-
9th level, I'd be able to, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, so Baron, were you looking for? Are you looking out for anyone in particular, or just further cultists?
Cultists or any beasts similar to like the manticore. So I'm checking the sky, looking for. We've seen giant vultures, so watching out for that. Looking for anything, if there's any growth around, making sure there's nothing creeping through at us, and specifically cultists.
Okay, and you're trying to do this while keeping your hurried pace.
Yeah.
All right, give me.
I already did disadvantage, so
Yeah,
that
give me.
matters.
So you got a 10 for the first. Give me 2 more perception. While you do that, Mike, are you trying to keep an eye out for anything in particular, or are you just running ahead?
I'm keeping an eye out for any movements, on the ground, in the sky. If I approach any corners, I'm going to be stealthy.
Another 10 and a 19.
Okay. There's not so much corners that you're approaching. It is a little bit windy, but there's no sharp turns. So, as far as that goes, your passing is pretty uneventful. You both can still see a little bit of movement in the air, but any of the aerial activity that there's been for the vultures or hawks or whatnot has been of them, by all accounts, leaving the area, perhaps seeking to escape the incoming storm. There's been no ground activity that you can tell.
I 'Cause 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 '
about halfway to your destination, the sky starts to open up. It's a steady rain. Nothing too heavy at the moment, but by all accounts, it'll only get worse from there.
I lift my shield over my head to kind of block some of the rain and shoot a dirty look at Jail.
I grumble under my breath. We're really going for hot fire right now. And I also glare at Jail.
We knew this would happen. It's not natural.
Thanks, Badger. Oh, I mean Jail.
And I grumble to myself, ungrateful.
So I'm going to look into the rain and kind of use it to almost wash my face. I'm going to look back and see how it's affected my visibility to the party since I'm ahead.
As I said, it's not a heavy. Fuck. Sorry. As I said, it's not a heavy rain right now, so it's not fucking with visibility too much. But you should, if you want the party to keep a good eye on you, you should probably slow your pace a little bit, just so you don't outpace them.
I'll keep pace with the party, but keep this distance ahead.
Did you say there was much plant growth around? Yes, Dave, we can. Not much. Not well. It's fine.
There's a little bit of plant growth. It's kind of a not desert landscape, but not lush vegetation either.
As we walk through, I'm angrily chopping at the plant growth that I see with my rapiers. Clearly ineffective, but it's a rapier chopping. But
okay. You as you work your way down at a quickened pace, keeping your eye out, you savagely dispatch of any daffodils in the path.
Thank you.
Barbarian.
Saying that in character?
Uh-huh.
I turn to you and say, what?
I point my rapier at you and say, failed druid. I just got the noise sound effect of somebody messaging me. I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Failed druid. It's raining. Why would I care?
Moron. Might as well burn. I keep walking.
All right. A couple more hours, and you believe that it's dusk, but you have made it to the gully entrance. It's a narrow fissure in the canyon wall leading through the gully, choked with bale brush and shrubs. There's a swift breeze passing through the fissure, and at the end, a dark, jagged crevice awaits. Everybody give me a perception.
If you want my body and you think
Another
I'm
10.
sexy.
At every disadvantage roll, I'm rolling something good and a 2. Something good and a 2.
We're not at disadvantage, right?
Not at the moment, no. All right, so everybody but Baron, you were able to see that ahead in the gully, in front of a entryway that you believe leads down, you can see 3 of the hurricanes that you have encountered before.
Hurricanes?
Yeah, they're one of the wind
The cold
cultists.
soldiers?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I was like, wait, are wind elementals? Something else? Did I forget something?
They're unarmored humanoids that, the way I've described before, have kind of a personal shimmering wind about them. And they have not noticed you.
I haven't noticed them yet either. Good thing Cade's in front. And he can stop me before I blunder out there.
Yeah, I signal to the rest of the party silently with my hand.
Your claw.
Rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20 with disadvantage to spot that.
All right.
That disadvantage is the worst, man. Thanks for the exhaustion, Adam.
If you get within 10 feet of me, I stop you.
Okay, that should work.
Trying to build for your character, damn it. Lawrence, give me another perception. All right, are you doing anything aside from signaling the party?
24 now. 2 good rolls, sister.
All right, Baron, this is what I sent in the message. Just the dots. My intention with that was kind of like the RPG silence in like a Final Fantasy or whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of just hearing silence as if there's a presence that's not responding to you, you're hearing whispers that you can't make out.
Gotcha.
Canada, we're projected to probably have the lowest scoring game of the league.
Thanks for whooping the fuck out of me, Lawrence.
I wasn't going to say anything. But I was thinking about saying something. I was like, no, it's pretty bad. I'm going to leave it alone.
I looked at it, leading up to today, and I'm like, it'll be pretty even or whatnot. And I check it like 1, and I'm like, I think it was 3, and it's like Alex Smith carted off into the 3rd, possible broken ankle. Like, oh, yeah. Great.
Damn, he did lay the fucking boom on you.
Yeah, I did. And I'm not done yet.
Uh-huh.
Barkley, Big Ben, Thomas.
This is what I get. I give Nolan his 1 loss and just proceed to get shit in my open mouth.
Hey, as long as you score higher than Jay, who's projected to only get 5 more points, bring him up to 54.
I don't know.
Steve's having a game too. This team sucks.
He's beating the hell out of Scott. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, Scott still has
half his team to go.
Yeah. Goff and Hill alone will probably beat Steve. Alright, sorry. Jay 0-10. Thanks for the money, bro. Oh, no one's gonna lose to Ronnie.
Someone else handed out naps?
Ronnie's up 70 points on the kid.
Really?
So there are 2 hurricanes?
3.
3. And they're about how far away?
They're at the end of the gully, guarding this entrance. Let me see if it has. I don't think. I don't think it gave me a distance. I'll have to make one up. Oh, good. About 200 feet.
They're 200 feet away?
Yeah.
Ah, that ruins what I was thinking of doing.
Sorry. My plans are apparently just fuck with Baron.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've noticed, man. Trying to roll with them, but damn, I've noticed. Alright, that's even out of magic missile range. Killing me. I think that's out of bow shot, too. I need to get closer.
What's the ground I'm standing on? Like soil, earth?
It's earth.
Oh no, I can shoot him in bow.
A bit of a... As the cultists have clearly been using this chasm, it's kind of packed earth.
Okay. And how far away are they from us?
200 feet.
Okay.
Looking at Cade, who stopped me. We must burn them down.
I nod in agreement. I look to the group. Give me 4 minutes. 4 minutes and then make your move. And I'm going to disappear into the ground as I dig a hole.
I was wondering when you were going to try something like this.
I have no idea what's happening. I'm just very confused. And I touch my short bow over my shoulder. Like, we can shoot them from here.
I mean, you've seen him do sort of similar things to this, just without a follow-through plan. It's been more like dig a hole to hide.
Yeah, that's why I'm going, what is happening? What does he think he's doing for 4 minutes digging in a hole?
Playing the best D&D game of Dig Dug that you'll ever see.
I'm going to go 10 feet down, and then I imagine we're walking down a slope.
You've gone to the bottom of the slope now, so it's kind of more even.
Okay.
You will, the entrance they're blocking, it looks like it descends further down, but you're kind of on flat area.
All right. So yeah, I'll go 10 feet down and then dig my way to where I think they are, judging the
fast
distance.
Can you dig?
20 feet a turn.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
4 minutes was a gross overestimation.
What does Shatter do from Iron Fang?
It's
spell?
yeah,
It goes
it's the spell Shatter,
Oh,
I can
which
do it too.
I believe it's a reverberation of thunder, 10-foot radius from the caster.
So you can break the tunnel on top of them if you really want to. Cade's annoyed you much lately. Or we can send Jail in and break it, shatter it over her.
I think it has a knockback. I might be thinking Thunderwave, actually.
You're thinking of Thunderwave. 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, half as much successful. Creature made of inorganic material, stone, crystal, metal has disadvantage on the throw. Non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell attack.
Yeah, 10-foot
Sudden
radius
loud
sphere.
ring. Oh, Dave wrote down everything for you.
Yeah, that was the original note when he described Iron Thing.
Oh, I was wrong too. It's not it's not originating from the caster. It's a 10-foot sphere centered on a point within range for you, which is 60 feet.
It's a great spell. That's why I took it too.
I used Shatter plenty on Trevok. Started to fuck up a gnome's temple with it.
Believe me, I remember.
before I forget, I wanted to mention this too. Ryan, you had previously, with the flaw of Iron Fang, wanting the destruction and whatnot, you have suggested, and I like the idea of rolling a d20. If it was 10 or under, you side with Iron Fang, basically, unless you wanted to resist, kind of thing. Up that to, now that you've been wielding Iron Fang for a while, anything would be 15 and under using that scale, as Iron Fang becomes more of an impactful force for you.
That's only when he's talking to me, right?
It's an overall like feeling that you have as long as you're wielding Iron Fang to destroy and rain chaos on things. The talking and whatnot has just been flavor that I've been adding.
Okay. And when do you want me to roll this? Every time I use it, or?
No, just I liked how you used that to like previously describe instead of it being like, you know, if you were kind of indecisive on, do I side with Iron Fang trying to get me to destroy this thing, or do I resist, with your thought of kind of rolling, and if it was less than 10 or greater than 10, that kind of...
The more you run with it, the less Adam interferes.
Right. You haven't really been resisting Iron Fang's call, but that's why I want to scale it up, so if you do want to resist when you would have that obvious, like, bring the walls down feeling that he's constantly trying to push on you, you know, it's now on the more reduced side than an even kind of split.
Okay.
You haven't... The way you've been playing hasn't really been too much of a back and forth between your actions and what Iron Fang would want you to do, so it hasn't come up too much. But like I said, I like the way that you kind of suggested it that way, so I was trying to use that as a reference.
Okay.
I heft my bow, look at the hole, and look at the group. Do we fire from here? Charge in. 200 feet's a long run.
Shoot him, let him come to us.
I heft Iron Fang and smile. I will be going to them.
Alright. Mike, you've made it 120 feet so far.
How much time has passed out of the 4 minutes?
Well, if you can dig 20 feet a second, or 20 feet a round,
Mm-hmm.
you've made it 120 feet.
That's like
36
less than a
seconds.
minute. All right.
Yeah, me and Chris on the map. Woo!
Adam, it's been a while. Do you remember if I used Wild Shape?
You did.
You had used it once to turn into a spider and cling to the bridge, but you have rested after that.
I thought he wild shaped during the Manticore fight.
I don't even remember the Manticore fight, to be honest.
I'm drawing a blank on that too. It sounds like something Dave would do, but I don't recall specifically.
Looking at Falgrim and Rack, well, we sneak closer to them. If he's charging in anyways.
Not really my forte, but I'll give it a go.
I have to assume whatever Cade's doing, he's going to be close somehow.
Alright,
Yeah, I'm
sneaky
gonna try
time.
moving closer.
Alright. so give me your stealth check. Rex, are you trying to be at all stealthy about it, or just kind of approaching?
Just kind of approaching. What?
Seeing as we're going for melee, I draw my rapiers, but I did go into stealth. I have a 25.
25 stealth, okay.
What are you saying?
Hi.
Say hi.
I'll stealth forward as well.
Alright.
Say hi.
Hi.
16.
Say hi.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna walk with the Rex.
Were you scared?
I move into stealth, but as I see Rect and Falgrim both walking forward, I mutter, "The fire that burns fastest brings down its enemies quickest." And I stand up and follow them at a normal pace.
What?
Okay.
What? Say hi.
Jail, are you trying to walk ahead of them stealthily, or are you just kind of walking with them but stealth?
I'm gonna walk with them, but stealth because fuck it.
Squishy. Squishy.
Hi. Hi.
She doesn't have the headset on. She can't hear you.
Can you wave hi? Say hello. Good job. You blow a kiss? Oh, it's so nice. Yep, they're his friends. Riley, what does an owl say? What does a cow say? What does a horse say? What does a sheep say? What does a kitty say? What does a dog say? What does a bird say? What does a frog say? This is the new one.
Yeah.
What does a frog say?
What does a fox say? I agree with Adam. She seems to know all the others. Does she
What
know
does
that
a
one?
monkey say? Did we miss
What
any?
does a fox say?
What I missed? What does a lion say?
Keep intentionally skipping the fox. We all want to know.
She doesn't know. What does
Do
an
you
elephant
know? Do you know?
What does an elephant do? No. Okay. Can I have a kiss? Mwah. Can I have a hug? Oh, thank you, Peanut.
Maybe it's the hoodie, but she looks so much older than the last time I saw her.
Yeah.
Mama, you're gonna go to bed? Say bye-bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Good job. Where's your belly? Where's your belly, buddy? Where's your belly, buddy? It's right there. One more. Kiss for the road. Kiss. Mwah. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. You're a good girl. Go get Mama. Go get her. Go get her. Yeah.
Alright, as you approach the hurricane, one of them notices you. To arms! Initiative, everyone.
How far did I make it?
160 feet.
I do have 2 arms, and I'll be using them to remove yours.
I like Baron before he got tortured. He's like, I'm gonna get drunk and sing songs, and I was like, I'm going to burn everything.
I'd be like, that's not what he said.
I honestly wasn't sure if anybody had noticed my change. I appreciate the call out.
Oh, I definitely noticed. I just wasn't going to be that guy to be like, "What happened to you?" You've been gone for a while.
You're dealing with your own thing too.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a running back and forth that me and Lawrence have had.
No one's noticing.
All right. So I'm pretty far down on the initiative. Melissa needs to tell me something, and she didn't want you guys to be able to hear, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ooh, secrets.
Secret. I've got a secret. Sorry. No, sorry.
So how far are they down?
They called out and moved 20 feet close. So you guys had moved 20 feet. So they're about 160 away.
Okay.
Well, Falgrim gets the first unless they beat him.
No, actually, most of you beat them, which is shocking because it hasn't been like this in a while. So yeah, Falgrim's first act.
I cast Bless on everyone and move forward 20 feet. Well, everyone that isn't Mike and me.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right, that'll bring us to Cade.
Did I hear them call out or walk?
Give me a perception.
All right, I am 10 feet under the ground. Natural 1.
No.
I am
10
going-
feet under the ground and a tunnel entrance that's 20 feet behind us.
I didn't know if I heard vibrations through the ground.
Not with a natural one. You didn't see any.
What are you, an Umber Hulk now? Get it? Because the claws.
I'm going to continue digging forward.
All right, you.
180 feet forward now. Technically right underneath them, but I don't know that.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Okay. If you want to move forward to 30, a 10-foot shift isn't too much of a difference to me. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I misspoke.
All good. All right, so 30 feet forward for you. Baron's right under them, or not Baron. Cade's right under them, but he doesn't know. Baron, you're up.
I'm gonna burn him. So 160, I move up, that'd be 120. Yeah, I'm gonna do that and whip my wand out of magic missile and hit him with that. I'm gonna focus all three on one of them.
All three on one. Okay.
12 damage. Focus fire.
All right. 3 magic missiles peg one of the hurricanes in the chest. does a little bit of a stutter step backwards. Clearly caught off guard. That'll bring us to... you moved forward 40, so you're 120 away, right? You said?
I can't move 40, can I? Crap, that doesn't work then. I take it back.
Oh.
I can only move 30, so... I guess I'll fire my bow then instead.
Alright, so you're 130 away.
Yeah.
Alright.
He does a 16 hit.
Yes.
Whew, thank goodness for bless. How long is that? Keep using that? Yes, awesome. Alright.
Bless is what? +2?
You can add a D4
Oh, D4 to any roll?
to any attack roll. Or saving throw.
For how long?
Up to 1 minute. I deal 6 damage. So half as much as I thought I was going to do.
Alright, 6 damage as your short bow, you said?
Yeah.
Arrow sinks into his shoulder.
Stutter steps backwards, surprised.
No.
I was given the same description as before, so you didn't have to retcon it. Didn't want you to retcon it, that's all.
Stutter is slight stutter step backwards, not expecting to be hit.
Who the fuck is Mr. Dubby?
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, Mr. Dubby.
Source context.
In the guild, just posted a bunch of pictures about a wreck he was in.
Wow, okay.
Oh, and there's Med. Hey, who's Mr. Dubby? Alright, never mind.
Is he one of the friends of the guild or something?
No, he's just in there talking to...
What's that color code? He's one of the cool pugs.
okay.
So, I don't know, is that one of the guys that Chris knew or something?
I don't know who that is.
Anyway. Note to self, don't write initiatives next to other initiatives. Yeah, jail's turn.
Sweet. I'm gonna run down and hit us and sling a rock at them.
So what, you're running forward 40 feet?
30.
30? So that would put you at 130 feet.
Oh, well then I can't.
Yeah, you try to do the same thing I did, Dave. Try to get that 120-foot range, I know.
I guess I'll use the dash action and go 30 more.
Okay.
Jail is frontlining it now. Way to go. Stepping up.
Until she turns into a fucking hummingbird and takes off.
Classic Jail.
That's my turn.
Okay. Wait, didn't you say you were going to sling a stone? No?
Didn't have the range, so he double moved instead.
Ah. Right, that part. Okay. The 3 hurricanes move forward. Let's see, Jail, you were the closest one to him now because you moved 60 feet forward. they were 200 away, they'd move. Well, you'd all move 20. They'd move 20. 160. You move 60 forward, so they're 100 away. They move 45 towards you, so they're 65 feet or 55 feet away from you.
Yep.
All right.
Math checks out.
Let's see. What do they know for spells? Oh, nothing that really helps them in this. Hold on, guys. They're going to cast Featherfall. No. They, yeah, they move forward. Alright, so that'll bring us to Wrecked.
You said they're 50 feet away?
They're 55 feet away from Jail, who moved 60 feet ahead of you.
Okay. I will continue my movement towards them. Tightening my grip on Iron Fang and lowering my shield.
Okay.
And I'll double move, I guess.
Alright. Your movement speed's what, 20? 25?
30.
30? Alright. That'll put you level with Jail. They're 55 feet away from you. And that'll bring us to top of the order. Fulgrim.
Dash. And done.
Okay.
Forward 60.
Yeah, you're 25 feet away from him.
Yep.
Cade.
I dig another 20 feet forward.
All right.
You're going to pop up with nobody around you.
Yeah, they moved 45 feet towards the party.
Yeah, I asked for 4 minutes, but it's cool.
Way to go, Jay.
All right. So you just digging forward? Are you doing anything else?
No, just digging to where I think they are.
All right. You believe you are right under their location, or where? Yeah. You believe you're right under their location.
And it's been like 48 seconds, so I still got 3 minutes till I know I need to attack.
Yes. You ain't going to do anything, buddy.
I know. That's why
We're gonna pop
See you
up
at
as
the
we're
end of
moving on.
combat.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to wait for me.
Nope. Your pit's going to fill with water, and I'm leaving.
I was going to say, I'm going to stick Iron Fang into the ground and use like tremor sense and be like, hey, over here.
It is raining. When he burrows, does he like replace the stuff behind him, or does he make a tunnel?
He's tunneling.
So he was
The whole
digging
tunnel's
down.
going to fill with water, yes.
Nice.
It's not a torrential downpour yet. It's just a steady rain.
Yet.
All right, so that'll bring us to Bairn.
I will move up 30 feet more and fire my bow again at the same one.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Alright, AC 16, guys.
Good old unarmored defense.
I'm rolling poorly, but Bless is giving me a shot. So, thank you, Chris.
I could have been a dick last turn, but I didn't realize they had it. So, Jail with a crack of lightning and a boom of thunder. The intensity of the storm picks up, and it is your turn. It is now a heavy downpour. Disadvantage on perception checks involving sight while you're outside.
Just messing with my bow shots, huh? Didn't like me pot shotting them.
And and possibly build in the flooding tunnel.
And they're how far away?
From you, they were 55 feet.
Motherfucker. Alright, so that means
Because they have not moved forward towards you again yet.
moving 30, and then I'll cast Produce Flame.
I smile.
It's totally not going to do anything because it's raining, but I can hit him with my sling.
Why not hit him with your fire?
Yeah, I'll attack with my fire.
Good man.
Do do do. Uh, 21.
All right, as you produce your flame, it's flickering as you try to maintain it in your hand. You do connect, roll half damage, as you can't produce the standard intensity that it would have.
4 damage.
All right, 4 damage to the one that Lawrence has already hit.
Yes, burn then.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
The 3 hurricanes move in, one on each side of jail and the other heading towards Wrecked.
They may be moving towards wreck, but they're gonna wreck jail.
Something jail used to having a guy on each side of her. I don't know.
I'm not comfortable with that joke.
What's your AC, Dave?
What was that?
What's your AC?
Bye, love you.
It is 16.
16? Alright.
Yep.
I'm getting walloped, boy.
The first hurricane strikes out and hits you twice for... Oh boy. 13 damage. The second misses with the first attack and knocks himself off balance with the second as he slips in the mud. The now mud underneath. So the second hurricane is now prone at your feet. And Wrecked, your AC was 18? Or is it 20 with the shield?
19 with the shield.
19 with the shield. Alright, the hurricane strikes out at you twice. You deflect both punches easily with your shield. Making it your turn.
Wasn't I the furthest ahead?
No, jail was.
Jill was, and everybody else was level. Basically, because you all were double moving after that.
Okay.
No, I'm the furthest ahead.
No, you're behind.
You're below.
Cade's over there in 2023. I believe I got the spacing right, Chris. I might have fucked it up. You might be right. I don't know at this point. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Alright. So one is directly on top of me. Has it been hurt?
No. The one
Good,
that
doesn't
attacked
matter.
you has not.
Oh, I wish this was on my other tune. Alright, so does a 29 hit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Ten regular damage, 8 thunder. Do I notice anything when it takes the thunder damage?
The thunder damage doesn't seem to be as impactful as you wish it were. It seems to diminish a little bit as the standard rippling effect that you've seen on previous enemies kind of gets absorbed into the swirling air around them.
Okay. Second attack. 17.
Hit.
12 regular, 7 thunder.
Alright, again you bring Iron Fang crashing into them with similar results. Though Iron Fang doesn't seem to have the traditional bite with other enemies as it has had, you are still leaving some devastating wounds.
Hey, I'm done.
Alright, Fulgrim.
One of them's untouched, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna blind that.
You're gonna blind him?
Yeah, DC 15 Constitution.
They fail.
Alright, he's blind. Next turn he can... Wait, when is it done? The end of each... Alright, the end of his next turn you can roll again.
End of his next, okay.
And I move up to engage the one Rect is in with.
Okay. Establishing flanking.
Give him
I'll give you
flanking,
advantage.
yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know. I'm giving Rect advantage. I'm done. I already used the spell.
Right, but it's not like you wouldn't have advantage in the same situation.
Right.
Alright, Cade.
I begin clearing out a pit under where I think they are.
Very effective.
Okay.
And that's it.
Give me a perception.
3.
You don't notice, but your tunnel is getting very wet.
Yep, you don't notice much of anything. You begin your work digging a pit. How far down are you trying to...
Another 10 feet, diameter of 10 feet.
Alright.
Best part is they're all aerially, so we would have finished this and they would have been like Featherfall.
I was going to ask if he's going to line it with like punji sticks or something in the time he thinks he has. Meanwhile, if he doesn't drown in the pit, everybody else is going to cave in.
It'd have to be one hell of a storm for it to fill all that cubic space. 200 feet.
It's picking up pace. We could get into flash flood warnings.
Yeah.
You're also in a valley. Alright, Baron.
How far away am I from them?
Everybody else moved up. I believe you're within a movement.
So I can get to the one that Rex and Falgrim are on.
Yes.
I'll move up there and use my flanking so I can get my sneak attack with both my attacks. Or at least one of my attacks.
Okay.
Nat 20 does a 23 hit for crit.
Yes.
All right. And my other attack is a 28.
Both hit.
All right.
Both good. Both favorites.
Give me a D8. Where's D8?
Great. Except Cherry. A little more favorite.
All right. One is a crit. Right. The other. And then my sneak attack. 31 points of damage.
To the one that wrecked in Vulgarmore attacking, correct?
Yes.
Or, well, flanking.
If I can get to that within a movement, it gives me a sneak attack, so yes.
I just need to math real quick. You might have killed him.
I hope I did.
Nope, not quite.
Ah!
Uh,
Still, I blew out his kidney or something with a rapier.
you definitely ran him through. He's got a couple wounds from being pierced with D and Barther.
Thank you.
Like I said, I remember the small shit now.
As I stab him, I whisper, "Gonna burn."
Important question. Did you ignite D and Barther?
I don't have that written down that I could. I forgot about that. Can I?
Well, because the way that we had set it up, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's a mental trigger, not like a spoken word.
Yeah, I'd like to if I can. Then I've meant to.
Okay.
If I just didn't write it down, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because I feel like you would have added that flavor.
Yes, I do. As they're inside of him, I ignite them.
Okay.
Does that deal extra damage?
Yep. The fire will be. I believe it was. What did I say? It was D. I think it was D8 for Barther and D6 for D.
Alright. That's an additional 11 damage.
Alright. There's a startling cry of surprise and pain as your rapiers ignite while still in the hurricane. Little sparks of the flame emanating from them begin to catch in his little swirling wind. Just give it a nice effect.
Yeah. I really didn't write that down.
And if that's your turn, that'll bring us to jail.
So I have a blind one, a prone one,
Yes.
and that's it.
The blind one is the one that's standing, the prone one is behind, and the other one is in combat with everyone else that isn't Cade.
Okay, I'm gonna start stabbing the prone one.
My time is now!
Well, I thought about turning into a bear and then just like mauling it, but
Can't pass up advantage.
well, that would also be advantage on multiple attacks rather than one attack.
Do you not have extra attack?
No,
Oh.
druids suck.
I don't either. It makes you feel better. I just have an offhand weapon. 2-weapon fighting, so I get my extra attack that way.
And sneak attack.
Yeah, I guess I'll turn into a bear.
Alright.
Fuck it.
So based on previous comments about you wild shaping during Manicore, that's what, you're 2 for the day?
Well, I wasn't sure if I did for the Manicore, but sure. I agree.
Is it short rest to restore or long rest for Moon?
I'll figure it out later. But so 17
Hit.
and 18.
All right, both hit.
Oh, sorry, 3 attacks.
Up, up. 2 claws.
2 claw, 2. Oh, 2 attacks. One was bite, one was claws. I lied. Okay. So 1d8. My bad. I feel like I'm new. So 6 damage with my bite. And then 12 damage with my claws.
I know Wolf has the trip. Does Bear have a grapple tied with it?
No. Nope.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and there should have been an advantage, but oh well. They hit, so it doesn't matter.
You bite and claw the prone hurricane, getting 2 solid swipes across his chest and biting him in his neck. Rawr, rawr, rawr.
Arr.
It is now their turn. The blind one lashes out at you. What does blind do, Chris? Is it disadvantage or? I suppose I could have looked it up.
Creature player cannot see. Automatic failure of anything requiring vision. Attacks against have advantage, and attacking is at a disadvantage.
Okay. Wow. All right, so he still manages to connect with jail twice. For another 12 damage. The prone one stands up, and the one facing Wrecked Fulgrim and Baron cast Thunderwave.
I cast Thunderwave?
No. The one that you 3 are in combat with is casting
I didn't kill him?
Thunderwave.
Come on, I dealt 42 damage.
Oh, he's wounded. He's grievously wounded, but he is still standing. Plus, when else am I gonna get the opportunity
8
to
more
cast?
damage, and he would have to make a con save to survive, period.
Yeah, but I can cast Thunderwave on top of a tunnel.
That's kind of funny. Kate hears a rumble as his entire tunnel collapses. He didn't build support beams in.
I hope no one's standing on top of it.
Thunderwave, here we go. Alright. So I need Constitution saves from Wrecked Fulgrim and Bairn.
Nat 20.
Damn your exhaustion. I'll add my bless, so I have a 9 with a max
What was
bless
it?
bonus.
Dex?
Constitution.
I roll a 19 and a 3.
Are you allowed to add your bless after the fact? Because I'm so going to do that too.
Yeah, before you get the results, yeah, you can add it to any saving throw or attack roll while the spell is active. And there's
It's
not
a
been 10
D4?
rounds, and Falgrim, and Falgrim hasn't lost concentration yet. A 19.
15.
Friggin' free. So yeah, I got a 9 with my plus, so I think I failed.
I'm pretty sure you did as well. Let's see. Yep. All right, so Fulgrim, you said you got a nat 20, right?
Yep.
All right. So Fulgrim and Wrecked, you both take 6 damage, but you resist the pushback. Baron, you take 12 damage and are pushed 10 feet away. And everybody give me a dex check now, and Mike a perception. Dex save. As the...
Woo! 20.
That makes a big difference, yeah.
Including me?
Yes, including you.
The 19 for me.
What's your dex save, Ryan?
Oh, 20.
Oh, okay. And you were 19, right, Baron?
I had a 19, yeah.
Okay. So, all 4 of you are able to leap to safety as the area that Cade has tunneled beneath caves in underneath, taking one of the hurricanes with it and burying him, from what you can tell, amidst the packed mud and earth. Cade, you are pretty aware that your tunnel has just caved in. There are a couple cries that you heard as everybody leapt to the side and whatnot, trying to avoid falling. You're not sure of whether anyone was caught by it, but
This is the story of a hurricane.
Was that the blind one that got caught in it?
yeah.
Sweet.
He don't even know what's going on. They shot Cornbread. He didn't even do nothing. And Wrecked.
Alright. Well, at this point, there is no guy in front of me because I had to dive out of the way. So. Closest target.
Closest target would be, well, pretty much equidistant between the one that was attacking Jail that was knocked down, stood back up in time to jump to the side, or it's really like a left or right situation between the one you were already fighting or that one.
I will attack the one I was already fighting.
Okay.
How much movement do I use?
20 feet.
Okay. Nat 20. Does a 24 hit?
Yes, it do.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a bunch of damage right now. Okay.
Okay. Good old times. Three.
Yeah, so I get ×3 for both the damage and the thunder damage, right? Right.
Yep.
Sometimes it pays to be a half-orc.
Fun fact: you don't need crit damage. You could have killed him with regular damage, but let's see what the number is.
Ugh, bunch of ones. $41.
Yeah. Okay. You
And that was
bring
a bunch of ones. That was like 4 ones and a 2.
you break his shoulder into the rest of his body, which leaves a weird impression, as there's just kind of like cuts at the neck, and then
Not fun. I've done that. It's not cool. It's not
Nah,
cool, man.
it,
It's giving me flashbacks.
it's just, he suffered a staggering amount of pain very quickly before he died.
As I pull Iron Fang free, I like stare into it and roar at it. And I got a bio. I'll be right back. I'm done.
So we got one buried, one dead, and the other is still prone.
One buried, one dead. The other one stood up, but is not.
Gotcha.
Actually, is he? He's taken a little bit of damage, but not too much. Cade! Or no, sorry, Fulgrim. Fulgrim. Skip right over the other orc, sorry.
I'm gonna smack the prone one.
Alright. He is not prone, he is stood up. But
Alright.
everything else about that statement was true.
23.
Hit.
Six damage.
Alright.
That's my mighty swing. All done.
Well, maybe he'll find a nice mighty weapon in this area.
Here's hoping.
Who knows? Who
Dun,
knows
dun,
what
dun.
crazy things I could have planned.
Don't trust it. Don't trust it.
Possibilities are endless. I do spend more time thinking about possible magic items that I could add to this campaign than I do, like, what you guys are gonna do.
Probably safer that way, but it's random action.
Now, Cade.
So, how far am I from the collapsed section of the tunnel?
About 60 feet.
All right, I am going to move 40 feet towards it. Can I tell where anybody is? I don't know how large the section was that collapsed, but can I see enemies, allies?
It's... Give me a perception.
It's a 17.
Alright, it's tough to make out really who did what. Your tunnel kind of collapsed in on itself, so you can't really, from inside the tunnel, you're just looking at a cave-in, not really any openings to distinguish outward kind of thing.
Okay. If I was to take a double movement, I have 40 feet of movement. Could I do the 20 feet to the cave-in and then dig another 20 feet?
So you want to move the 40 to the cave in, and then
Um,
dig 20, or you
I
want to move
20.
20 feet and then dig 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or more or less dig 10, just so I'm above ground.
Let's see, Umber, the claws allow you to dig. What was it? 20 feet around.
Yeah.
You can move the 20. You can dig 10.
Okay. And I'll do just that to emerge on the surface. Very confused and not understanding what happened with this brilliant plan.
Okay. Give me a perception as you emerge above ground again.
That is a 15.
All right. So you see that everybody is locked in combat now. There only appears to be one hurricane remaining. There's one fallen. And it looks like the thunderwave was basically, well, you're not necessarily sure, but there's a blast erupted in the center of your tunneled area. So it's a 15-foot cube, so it just kind of, from there emanating out, just broke your tunnel in and caused the earth to crash around it, and the water adding mud has just kind of built it back in.
Right. A look of almost rage comes over my face as I look over the party and then look to the hurricanes, and I kind of brandish the claws like in a Wolverine style pose, ready to strike on my next turn, and I'm done.
Okay. Bairn,
Do I notice Cade?
if you want to.
Get the one that fell. Make sure he's dead. And I move towards the last one.
Okay.
Can I step with flanking?
You can.
I would like to. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
And a nat 20 on my offhand does a 24 hit.
Yeah.
So, regular hand crit, offhand crit, regular hits. Whatever, I can't talk. Alright, so.
Really shrugging off that rank 1 exhaustion as far as this combat goes.
That doesn't affect my attack rolls, it's my ability checks. I think it's rank 2 exhaustion that affects my attack rolls.
Well, we'll get there.
So, thanks. 15 damage with my main after I light it on fire again once it pierces his body. And my offhand deals 10 damage as I ignite that, and then sneak attacks another 4. So 14 with the offhand.
All right. As you run him through, he slumps over your rapier's blades.
Whip him out in a scissor motion.
Sure.
Doyle rules!
A surprisingly clean emergence, given that Dee and Barthol just cauterized their way out. That'll bring us to jail.
I'll attack the one that's in front of me.
Baron just killed it.
One wasn't paying attention.
I thought you killed the other one.
I almost killed the other one, and I just killed this one. Ryan finished off that one.
We are killing things here, Dave. That's our job.
Ryan finished off that one, so I moved up, got flanking with you on this guy, and I eviscerated him.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna
Turn
try
into
to
a
find
mole
out.
and go find the other.
Trying to find out what the other one is with my keen smell.
Okay.
I feel like even when Dave is doing things right, I'm always like, wait a minute. Okay. Yep.
So 14 perception.
All right, you believe you know where in the cave-in he is, or would have fallen.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and start digging.
All right. He's buried, wrecked.
Me again. So
What
there's
happened to
one,
Fulgrim?
there's one left, or we're done.
Oh yeah, you're the end.
There's the one left, but his status is unconfirmed. You're basically out of combat.
That's why I told Cade to go find the Viking dig.
You're out of combat. There's the one buried that Dave is currently thinks he's located and is digging towards, and Baron has told Cade to also do the same.
Before I move towards the cave-in, I look to the party and almost snarl. That wasn't 4 minutes. What happened?
They came at us, so we turned them.
They're coming right for us. Thin out their numbers.
They came at you unprovoked.
They are cultists. They got burnt. What more do you need to know?
I'd like to do a insight check.
Against Baron?
Yep. That's a 20 non-natural.
What are you trying to find out about me?
Just to see if they truly came at you unprovoked or if this is more of the party's doing.
They attacked first. That's all I'm saying.
No, they didn't.
They yelled to arms and came at us, so that qualifies. So
That does not qualify
totally
as attack
qualifies.
first.
It totally qualifies, Dave.
Baron, are you trying to mask the intentions, or?
I said what I said. I'm not trying to mask anything. I'm saying they attacked first. I treated that as a hostile action.
All right. You're pretty keen on what Baron's laying down.
Ha!
And on that, I turn to Cade with. There's a glimmer in my eye, and I'll let Adam make you roll to see if you can see it. But we must destroy.
Burn. I nod.
My roll is a 14.
He seems pretty happy about the statement. You don't notice a particular shine in his eye, but there's a tinge of excitement in his voice as he says it.
I'll start sending this stuff to Adam so that Dave can't chime in. I should. As soon as I said it, I was like, "Fuck!" I should have just sent a tell.
It's all right. We're heading in a certain direction. I can tell.
It's all right. Dave's comment isn't the first one of that style that's been made tonight.
That's all right. Dave's next.
As I said previously, there's 3 other cult leaders and their weapons. We'll see what they do. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Who knows? Maybe someone goes dark side and just tries to fucking murder the party. This campaign's gone very off the rails.
This there a book for this?
There is. I don't know why I open it still. I really just use it for like
the map. The map.
It's the map and it's the mobs. Like, all right, what's the hurricane? That page. Everything else is just fuck it.
We made our own story out of the story.
Premade's just a guide, right?
Totally.
It's an open book of suggestions, so I don't have to wall of force.
They're more suggestions than actual rules.
All right, Kate, are you still freaking out? Or are you gonna listen to Baron and help dig? Is he there? He looks frozen.
I can't even click on his screen.
I can't either. I clicked nothing happened. He's gone.
All right, he's gone. And Dave's not there. So, you all know that Dave found a buried hurricane.
I'm tempted to just shatter the earth where they are and they're digging and just see what happens. I mean, it would
We're
probably
gonna kill
kill them.
what? Cade and Drail?
They'd get hurt, but it would almost assuredly kill the guy that's actually buried it in the earth.
If he's not already dead.
I kick over the last corpse that I killed and rifle through his pockets.
All right. You don't come up with much of anything. A couple coin, silver. Nothing of note. We'll say
I leave him on. I drop them on top of him and leave him.
We'll say 3 silver just gets dropped on top of the hurricane's corpse. And I'm not going to refresh Dave on that because he'll pick him up.
Of course he
Scavenger.
will. Dave is the ultimate scavenger, no matter his character.
Yep.
We need to find a way to, like, get him. Oh, he's back. We need to find a way. We need to find a way to get you out of, like, your idiosyncrasies.
Of what? Just like collecting trophies?
Everything.
Yeah, it's everything. It's like, I want to collect it, like, I don't know.
You're too predictable, Dave, is what he's saying.
I like...
Yeah, all your characters are the same. And it's...
Well, no, this one's a dark elf female.
I will say, I don't dislike the trophy hunting or whatnot. There's just never any basis for it. There's nothing... that you don't establish any real reason for it. You just get the trophies, and then the character dies, and you move on to another one that collects books this time.
Well, I think everybody's got their idiosyncrasies. Chris
I
tend to be a little more emo. Adam, you tend to be the gruff and silent type that rises into a leadership role.
In fairness, sometimes the gruffness isn't a choice.
Ryan's got his quirks. He's expanding them, but he's got his consistencies. Everybody's got them.
I mean, Jill's supposed to be like a lush who, I don't know.
I disagree. I have done a lot of work.
Yeah, I agree with you. You've done a lot of work, and you've expanded quite a bit, but you come through on all your characters still. It's like everybody else has their things.
What's my thing? You didn't give me my thing.
You want me to go into you?
I don't give a shit. Go ahead.
We're
I
waiting.
wasn't trying to derail. I was just
We're waiting on Mike, so
Come at me, bro.
fight my main.
You tend to come in with a character that's got that injured past where he's super sensitive about something. That something changes, but you tend to be hypersensitive about one issue with every character.
I totally agree, but I feel like that gives me a calling for the character.
And it works for you. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying anybody's thing is bad. But like, I think you've worked with it more, and so you've managed to flesh it out and turn it into something. Dave is still at that beginner's point where he's got his idiosyncrasy and he's got to figure out how to evolve it.
I want to see Dave as like a mad alchemist gnome. Just like give purpose to getting the trophies.
Yeah, you can collect everything, and I just want to make this new potion. I got to try out with new Ingredients. Mwahaha. That'd be kind of cool, and it'd give you a reason to trophy collect.
I mean, jail's just gonna sell it and buy beer with it.
Yeah.
But that's what you do with. That's the.
That's
That was
my-
where I was going with this. That's what you do with all the trophy collecting. It's like, oh, I get all of these things, and I just sell it for gold. There's no. It's not like you like.
You're treating it like your salt, Dave. You just
I'm an
collect it.
opportunist.
Yes, you
Yeah, but-
afraid of the salt bit.
I'm a cheap opportunist. I don't know what
But
to
you
tell
don't
you.
have to play yourself in D&D.
I know.
I counter with another suggestion for Dave. I'd also like to see Dave as like a big game hunter where he's constantly upgrading the trophies from the kills. Carries the Manicore Fang around until he gets the next big hunt, swaps it for whatever he gets from that.
Ooh,
Fable?
interesting. Huh? Kinda.
Totally wear around your biggest, like, baddest kill.
Yeah, like Witcher, just put the head on the harness on the belt.
Yeah.
Anyone got in touch with Mike?
No,
No.
I haven't tried.
I thought he was still in a hole.
Oh, thanks for the update, ESPN.
You like that score? You like that score update?
It popped up. Oh, I'm streaming. I can't make that joke. Yeah, it popped up. Not good things.
What does that mean?
It's the Holocaust, Dave.
Oh, I have two of my best scorers going against Canada,
How
and
does
I'm down 25 points.
Demarius Thomas only get one target for an entire game?
I don't know.
And
Adam
miss.
might come back on me. All I've got is Allen Robinson going.
I'm
Mike just
down
said
90 fucking points.
Mike just said his internet crashed. He's resetting his router, and he'll be back.
Oh, okay. I'm going to grab a soda. I'll be right back.
Travis Kelsey and Todd Gurley are going to put up like 70.
I hope they both get hamstring injuries.
Wow! Oh. I didn't wish injuries on any of your players.
I wouldn't have to.
Maybe the kicker.
Yeah, because they're the kicker. Actually, his kicker was his fourth highest scorer
Praise Nick
at
Paul.
5 points.
Was Gurley drafted first in your league?
Was he drafted first?
Yeah.
I don't think Gurley
He wasn't first overall, but he was first round. No. I think I did take him first overall.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't someone also take Le'Veon Bell first round?
No, he slipped to like the
fourth.
second or third. I think it was third, and someone took him.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
Fucking Fitzy getting pulled because he can't throw footballs.
Yeah, Matt took him first round.
Who?
Matt Broadbent took Bell first round.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
right. Drafted number 10 overall by Belichick for president.
Wow, my team is a massive bust, save Marlon Mack.
All right, Mike said, Cade's in a rage with some effort. He's calming himself and looking for the buried guy. All right, so it doesn't take much more than a couple minutes for Jail and Cade to dig up said buried hurricane, who is now suffocated at this point, unable to dig himself out.
I was trying to save him so we can interrogate him, but all right.
Nope, I don't want you to.
Just have his like head sticking out of the ground and piss on him.
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
No, he's dead.
Bring out your dead.
Okay,
Don't worry, I'm back.
So after we drag him out,
Oh, we kept going. My
They-
bad.
They found, so it took a couple minutes, but Cade and Jail have dug up the hurricane, who is now at this point suffocated, unable to dig himself out from under the cave-in. Much to Dave's chagrin, because apparently Jail wanted to save him,
Weird.
but I didn't want Jail to, so.
He is alive.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back, Fry.
He gone.
We lost him again that fast. That's fantastic and horrible. That's hilarious. Oh, he's back. He's moving.
He's gone.
Yeah, we've been having issues with Comcast in this area, so my apologies.
Shocking. Comcast has issues.
Oh, man.
you should move.
If only there was anyone
I
else
should.
to go with that was decent.
Cox Communications.
I need to get out of Connecticut anyway before these tolls get here.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Bad.
What tolls?
There's a proposed map for all these tolls they want to put in, and there's a whole bunch of them, like on 95. Anyone working at EB is going to have to pay out the ass to get to work. So that sounds fun.
And EB will come up with a plan and they'll start reimbursing.
Yeah, some free
It might
fast
take
pass.
a couple years, but they might do it.
That's not how EB works.
I said it'll take a few years.
Employee speed pass.
A lot of companies in Boston pay for reimburse your MBTA pass. I mean, it's similar.
Okay, so what I
Rain's
missed?
coming down harder. I think we need to get moving.
So the rain, now that you're out and not raged, is now a heavy downpour. Again, not torrential, but it is absolutely increasing. It took a couple minutes, but you and Jail were able to dig up the hurricane that had fallen into the cave-in, who is now suffocated. That's all you noticed.
Okay.
That's the wrong map. Let's see. So, continuing on and looking around from where the hurricanes were guarding, at the end of the crevice, there is a stairway carved into the gully that leads further down.
Fire cursed rain.
I guess I'll move on.
Everybody dropping.
It was like, the call has been lost. Okay. I went to
What?
jump back in, and it was like, you've been signed out of Google. I'm like, oh, okay.
Good
Note
thing
of,
you could sign back in.
note of both of those things. So, so as you enter the stairwell, give me perceptions.
Ah, nat 1.
Unnatural.
Off to a
20.
roaring start.
Uh,
I don't believe they're at minimum, but I'm not sure what the level is.
Adam, can I use a spell slot to heal myself? Just gonna do it then.
I mean, I don't understand why you would ask me if you can heal.
Well, I meant like I'm gonna heal.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes.
Sweet.
What is it for level? 27? Or for
No,
level
34.
Sorry, 34.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Jail, Bairn, and Fulgrim, you were able to clear the rain from your eyes enough to see that the stairwell leads to an enormous chasm splitting the earth as far as the eye can see in the pervasive subterranean darkness. A crude, narrow stairway hugs the rocks alongside the chasm, twisting madly in hairpin turns around sharp outcroppings. Jagged and uneven, the stair threatens to spill travelers into the chasm's mouth. After several treacherous miles, the stairway terminates on a broad, flat landing that juts out over the immense black chasm. In the gloom, a lost dwarven city lay in ruins beneath a glittering cavern vault. Broken statues stand in the midst of empty plazas, staring sightlessly into the darkness. A huge steep pyramid rises at the edge of the precipice, and from the moat that surrounds it, a misty waterfall whispers over the chasm's ledge.
What is this place?
So much water, whatever it is.
It's just a steep, winding, sharp stairwell with rainwater pouring down it, leading to a dwarven pyramid. Why not? You only have a couple
miles. We can jump off at it.
You only have a couple miles of treacherous stairwell to get there.
Start going down.
ESPN, stop. I'm already dead. Call cannot be completed as dialed.
I'm gonna start making my way down in bear form.
Alright, as you all descend, give me another perception, and I want dex checks as you begin.
How many?
We'll do 3 for now.
Alright, I'll give you perception first and then dex.
So, of note, the chasm, uh, you are unable to see the bottom of it. So it is past the uh, low light and dark vision level before you hit the bottom. And everybody's able to begin their descent pretty well, except for Wrecked, who give me a dex save as you lose your footing early in the descent and begin to fall on the stairs.
I cast light, by the way.
Nat 1.
Alright, so Rex starts to fall off the stairs into the chasm.
If I'm close enough, I'd like to assist.
Sure. Give me a dex to try to catch him.
I'm gonna do a quick giddy. You can pick him, you can get him, you can grab him up. You can pick him, you can get him, you can pull him up. You have a bardic inspiration attack.
What does that add?
You can within the next 10 minutes, you can add a D8 if you want. Your rolls.
Sure. So that's going to be a 23.
Alright, you successfully catch and stabilize Rex before he falls off the side. The rest of your travels on the slippery stairs go fairly uneventful as you are able to find sure footing and safe passage heading down until after a couple of the after that third dex check and a couple of the winds and turns, the water flow stops to follow you and starts to just pour over the side into the chasm as it doesn't bend the way the path does. So you have drier footing and less danger as you head towards the pyramid. Step pyramid. Dwarven ruins. Whatever it is. What did I say it was? Dwarven city. That thing. After about, you would say, an hour of twists and turns winding down, you make your way to the palace entrance. You can see there are carved reliefs of two dwarves facing one another in profile, completing an arch beyond a ledge. Through the arch, the blocky contours of a lost dwarven city sprawl in the subterranean night. From somewhere within comes an agonized wail, followed by a breathless ramble of whispering pleas. The whole city seems to join in the chorus with screams of creatures mad from the torment.
Just what we need. More whisperings.
And growl. Softly.
A look of concern crosses my face as I began to look at and see if there's any details or any movement, any creatures I can see on the pyramid or in the town.
Give me 1 second. Roll. You're looking for movement. Roll perception.
Movement or any visible creatures. That's an 18.
was my imitation of Cade walking.
Alright, so at your perception of 17, you do not notice any movement around. However, everybody give me perception.
Does it have to do with smell?
No, has to do with the sound. Here it is. Alright, so Baron and Cade. Just sent a link. You hear that, but it sounds horribly out of tune and as if played on flutes.
Mr. Green had the rope on flutes. Interesting.
That game used to fucking terrify me.
Dun dun dun.
Just for the music. The music is so haunting.
I growl. Can't even play an instrument right.
Show him how to play, Baron. It's a rock off.
Get them close and I'll show them a true haunting. I'm looking for an opportunity to use my pipe of haunting.
2 words in this entire campaign. No, this entire session.
He just spoke before you sat back down.
Ah. Hey guys, I'm here.
Still not feeling too great. I didn't want to call out, so I'm just kind of muscling through this.
Oh.
Don't, me. I don't feel well, alright? Fuck off.
Alright, so. Baron has made a vocal comment, so the rest of you can now hear the link I sent. You hear that music played out of key and on flute-like instruments. It is very faint from your position.
Do I see any obvious place to go or where the music's coming from or anything?
You don't see where the music's coming from, or really, it's tough to tell. There is a doorway ahead. That looks like, yeah, it's an open doorway leading to what looks to be a gatehouse at the entrance of this dwarven city. It seems to be your path forward.
my rapiers once again and head towards the doorway.
Um,
Silently brooding.
Iron Fang in my right, shield in my left. I will push on and attempt to lead the way and be the meat shield.
I will follow closely behind.
As I also follow, I try to listen to the music to see if they're deliberately playing it off key or if they just seem to be bad at what they do.
Do I notice that?
I'll follow.
Do you notice what he's looking for, or do you notice that he's trying to pay attention
He's
to the
trying
music?
to pay attention to the music, yeah.
Give me... Each of you give me your perception.
16.
Not natural.
What was that, Mike?
20, not natural.
20 not natural. Mike, you don't think it's necessarily intentional. My best description would be like when you're in grade school and they give you that round of recorders
Okay.
He was really bad.
and tell you like, hey, here's how to play hot cross buns, and just hoo, hoo, hoo.
Yeah.
But they're trying to follow that sound, just piss poor at it. Baron, you do notice that Cade seems to be like cocking his head and trying to place his ear closer to something. Not sure if the direction it's coming from, but you do believe it. He's trying
Don't
to.
pay any attention to that crap. You want real music? I can play later. But yes, that is a travesty. They should burn their instruments and then themselves.
Half turning to Baron, they don't seem to be very familiar with their instruments. Doesn't seem that they play them very often, at the least.
It
Something's
sounds like
wrong.
they don't use their ears. You should remove them. I saw Mike's face just change as I said that. Okay.
All right, so as you enter the gatehouse, it is a squat stone structure standing at the entrance of the Dwarven city. Beyond the open gates, you can see an arched corridor zigzagging past sturdy stone walls with arrow slits squint from every angle. At the far end of this murderous hallway stands the entrance to the Lost City. Perception as you enter.
Six.
Is this smell based?
No.
13.
Wrong page. You said 13, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. So, Fulgrim and Bairn, you notice that the cries that have been joining you as you enter into this city, the wailing and whispered pleas, do seem to be a bit louder in this room. The rest of you just continue to hear them, but aren't able to discern location.
I look about the room for a source, or direction at least.
Okay. Are you? How thoroughly are you looking about the room? Are you trying to peer through arrow slits, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'll look wherever's available to look.
Seems like we're getting closer.
All right. Give me your perception as you start looking around.
Nope.
All right.
That one. Thanks to exhaustion.
Between
I have a feeling you're not going to let me get rest even if we do a long rest. why I'm not pushing for it.
Between the well, let me try to word this differently. As you search, trying to find the source of the wails and tortured pleas, the horrible flute renditions just frustrate the hell out of you as a trained musician. You can't believe that someone is actually this bad, and you really wish they would just give up the trade already.
A growl of frustration, I grab one of my wine bottles and throw it against the wall.
Wine or flaming death punch?
Wine. Flaming death punch is being created. One of my fine bottles of wine has now been shattered against the wall. I only have 5 left.
Oh, you're not one to waste.
That music is terrible.
That wine is good.
Drink it off the floor if you want it that bad. Somebody shut those musicians up.
Whoa. Simmer down now.
Baron's a little cranky. He didn't sleep well. He's gonna get worse.
Alright, was anybody else looking for the, Chris, were you also looking for the source?
I mean, yeah. 18.
Alright, you have more success. As you peer around, you don't catch the full sight, but you do note that there is something or some things flitting behind the arrow slits, trying to stay out of your vision, but you believe they are the source of the cries.
Got movement through the slits there.
As you say that, the cries hush for a moment, and there's an eerie silence from the room, plagued still by the terrible flutes, before that you hear a slight shuffling and the cries begin again. You don't see through your searching an entrance into any area behind the arrow slits. There is, at the other end of the hall, a stone slab door, doorway leading out into a hall.
With the cries going silent and then coming back, can I hear them now?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to go to a slit, and after looking in, see what happens when I put a bit of food into it.
Put a coin in the slot. Free show.
Okay. So you put a bit of food in the slot?
Mm-hmm.
Are you like putting it on a ledge, or are you like tossing it in?
I'm like putting on the ledge.
Yep.
And we lost Mike again. Oh, he's back.
What were you doing? You froze when you were like, I put it on the...
I'm putting it on the ledge and slowly pushing it in. If nothing stops it or grabs it by that time, I'm pushing it all the way through.
Just before the little bit of food would fall, a humanoid hand grabs it, and you hear them quickly eat it.
This is creepy.
In a gentle voice, I call through, "Don't worry now, bud. There's plenty more of that. Can you tell me, what are you guys doing in there?"
in a gentle voice, you hear everything you just said echoed back to you.
Like eerily similar to my voice, or just a
Like-
mixture of voices?
Like exactly like you just said it.
What are the walls made of?
Stone.
I would like to use the claws of the Ember Hulk to try to break a hole so I can see a little more. Not big enough for anything to fit through.
I believe it's specified digging through stone.
Yeah, 1 foot per turn.
1 foot per turn?
Yep.
It's always creeping me out.
Gotta know.
I mean, it's great that we have like Dig Dug with us. Oh, what's in there? I don't know. Break through that wall.
It'll take you a couple minutes to get through, but you said 1 feet per.
I believe so. I have it up. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 1 foot per round. So per 6 seconds.
All right, yeah. So it would take you actually not that long to make a small opening that you can peer through.
So yeah, I'll do that and then take a better look.
All right, perception.
That's a 19.
All right. You are able to see a hunched over humanoid with a sharp face catch a glimpse of you before running into the shadows.
You got an ugly face there.
I turn to the party. There are people in there. I think they're trapped.
Mike, if you're familiar with this at all, it's a Kenku.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
Bird people.
It looks like a giant bipedal crow.
Oh, so like friendly bird people, right?
I wouldn't say that, but they're also they don't have like they don't speak of their own. They mimic others.
I know some people like that. All right, so now knowing that it's a bird person, I'm going to turn around and say, it's a bird person.
Bird person.
Fucking bird person. All right. So Kate has let you all know that they are bird persons.
Sounds like a twisted creature.
Seem rather skittish. Think we should just push through?
I'm gonna growl and then continue going down the hallway.
There is a couple of growls in return that sound very familiar to what Jail just did as the bear continues down the hall.
Way to go, Dave. You're giving them more sounds.
They're learning. Run.
I'm going to step back here a couple seconds to see what happens as I let the bear progress.
Bear waddles to a doorway. Jail, you are able to hear the terrible flutes now, as it is louder as you enter the open-ish area.
I'm gonna put my paws over my ears. and sit down waiting for someone to open the door.
It's an open doorway. The stone slab has been pushed open already.
Oh, in that case, I'll walk through.
Okay.
I give the bear a solid 15-foot lead and follow.
Yep. I'm also crouching to avoid the arrow slits.
I brazenly stand upright.
Before I catch up with the group, did those bird people look malnourished at all?
How familiar are you with bird physiology?
Yeah. I mean, I gave you the out of character, but are you gonna? I don't know how familiar Cade would be with Kenku to know if they'd be malnourished.
That's true. I mean, generally speaking, you know, I would think you look at something, you can kind of tell if it looks sickly, but if I'm not familiar with it,
they're also clothed. They're not just.
Yeah, true. Okay, I'm gonna leave another couple of rations on the hole and then join the party.
Okay. Jail, as you begin forward, there is a doorway on the left as you enter this hall. So there's a room on the left. It's maybe 15 feet of wall with the doorway in the center. Then it opens into another hallway past that room. Looks like it wraps around to the right, or you can continue straight ahead to another couple of areas and doors that are 100 feet.
I'll wait for the party.
You're waiting for the party, and the rest of the party was giving you a 15-foot berth, so...
Yeah. You stop, we stop.
Yeah, so I'm going to sit down.
I crouch and wait.
Okay, so Jail, the bear, sits down, and 15 feet behind Jail, the party stops and waits.
I'll join Jail.
Okay, so
The bear
Cade
can't talk to you.
do you get what I'm trying to say, Dave?
I know, I'm just being stubborn.
Okay. That's fine.
I will join Jail.
Which way do you guys want to go?
You're a bear.
I know.
Sir Barrington did just fine.
I'm gonna like,
Sir Barrington was a bard performance check.
point to the left, and then point to the right, and then do a little shrug.
I walk up
turn.
after
For the
seeing
sake
this
of-
gesture,
So, for the sake of ease,
poke him in the nose.
this is where you just came out of. So this is the side room that you're at now, or you can see ahead to these areas, kind of thing.
I walk up at seeing Jail's gesture, poke her in the nose, and make a choice.
Baron, you are increasingly disgruntled at the because now the flutes are louder.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash more wine bottles. I got that.
I'm gonna sit on Baron.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna sit on you.
I'm going to kill you.
I'll kill you. That's fine.
Give me a grapple for sit and an oppose.
Uh, 14.
22 athletics. Plus 11 thanks to my belt.
All right. As the bear, known as Jail, tries to grapple you and slide you under her to secure you underneath, you are able to, with a little bit of a flourish and some finesse, swing free of her clutches.
With a hand on each of my rapiers. Try that again, and I'll cut your snout off. You have a nose. In animal form. What do you smell? Go towards the enemy. Preferably towards those flutists.
Understandably, I'm going to perception. Try to smell the flutists. 20.
Alright, so you don't know what the flutists smell like, but it is of note that there is a distinct smell of bone from the room on your left.
Got my point across. That's all I cared about.
Bone?
Bone.
I'm
Marrow.
gonna keep going the other way then.
Alright. Are you taking the hallway on the left, wrapping around back towards the guard outpost on the right, or continuing to the rooms ahead?
Wrapping around.
Bones mean dead guys. Dead guys means enemies. Enemies means right direction. Don't you know anything?
Or it could mean skeletons.
Yeah. Those are easy to kill.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap around to the guard post.
Okay. So there's a stone door.
Which we haven't really seen on Dead yet.
There's a stone door ceiling ahead. That's not true. You dealt with a...
The necromancer in the beginning doesn't count.
We fight a ghost.
It doesn't count.
I
have a song about that, but that doesn't count.
There's a necromancer and a ghost and
we haven't dealt with undead in relation to these cults yet.
You dealt with the issue in a promising way that Rect kind of got a heartfelt thanks from a passing spirit. There's also the Lich that
nobody else knows
only
about.
Bear knows about.
I didn't tell anybody. I just wanted out.
Ryan tried. He tried so hard.
Tried to die.
Alright, so there's a stone door sealing your path. You wrapped around to the right, and you're facing... The doorway would open behind where the arrow slits were.
Okay, so can I try to open the stone door?
You can try.
Do I realize this is where the arrow slits would have been?
Yeah. That's...
Why would... As the bear is pawing at the door, then... It's where those bird people would be. Why would we want to go in there? They're not playing the flute.
Maybe they can guide us to where the flutists are.
Give me a perception.
Good reasoning, I suppose.
Is that everyone or just those two?
Anyone who's at the door.
Here, I'll give you one. 9.
I like when Baron's rolls are the highest, and he's the only one that passes. Baron,
I'm rolling 2 dice every time.
We're
getting ready to start rolling a third at this point.
Well, it's funny when it's the highest, and also when it plays into your increasing madness. You hear the Kenku stop with the tortured whales and start to mimic the sounds of the flutes.
I just blink rapidly, growing visible anger on my face. Open the door as I draw my rapiers.
I look to Baron. Baron, give us one of your songs. Give them something else to sing.
I'll give them the song of my sword. Now open the door.
Dave, are you just trying to push the door open? What are you doing?
I don't know, if there's a latch, then I'm trying to push the latch. If not, I'm trying to push it open. If there's a knob, then I'm trying to bear paw the knob.
Let's see. It is a stone slab balanced on central pivots.
So
You
push.
can lean on it and it opens. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, you can push it open if you want.
Okay, I'll push it open.
Alright, there are a couple surprised looking Kenku behind it.
I want to move in and attack.
Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, I move up to the first one. and attack. 19 on my main hand.
Hit.
And a 12 on my offhand.
12 misses.
Do I have surprise?
Yes.
Sweet, sneak attack. .23 damage as I ignite my blade.
All right. You run through a surprised-looking bird folk.
Stop with the flutes!
Who sputters out some manner of dying mimicry as they fall. The other Kenku, in shock, turns and draws weapons. Initiative. Not even gonna bother. Kenku's gonna be dead before it's his turn. All right, Cade, it's on you.
All right. So I'm still outside the room. Who's in the room? Who's out the room?
Everybody is out of the room except for Baron, who is entered.
Growling and visibly enraged.
How many bird people?
Okay, I need to be right back real quick.
Oh.
My wife's home and is having trouble with the kid. Oh, sorry, just a moment.
So, yeah. Baron's got something wrong with him if that wasn't obvious.
I was just hoping that we would like get them to follow us and have an awesome chorus for whenever Baron had a song.
Yeah, well, nobody wants to help Baron, so Baron's going crazier and crazier.
I offered, but then Baron got mad. It's kind of
Blame
dirty.
Dave.
If you hadn't noticed, that's kind of his trend right now. There's been a lot of changes with Baron since he came back. Nobody's tried to notice or help. Very lonely. Ryan, you still alive over there, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Alright. Saw you drifting. Didn't know if you turned the camera off to, or what. I don't know.
I know I shut the camera off because I knew I was.
No, that's a nice thermometer.
It's a nice thermal pen.
I stand corrected.
It's like the gold standard for thermometers, for instant read thermometers.
I'm not spending fucking $60 to $80 on the thermometer.
I stand by thumb test.
No, I disagree with that. But
You what?
I disagree with that.
That's how I cook. I go by the feel.
How does chicken feel when it's cooked?
Chicken, you just know. You gotta cook it right, and you know.
I mean, you
Don't
know, at
flip
least
it
know a
till it
few
gets to
hours later.
If you don't flip it to a certain point, and then you flip it, you can generally know.
I
You're
don't
talking
cook.
about grilling only. Make me a roaster. Roast the chicken for me and tell me you don't need to turn with them.
Fair. I generally grill. I don't normally. That's fair. touche on that point. I'll give it to you.
Cannon looks more fucked up than I do. Yeah. You're muted. Sorry, buddy.
Nice
Haven't
comeback,
talked
though,
all
I
night, so.
We talked at several points, Ryan. You might have been asleep for it, though.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 20 minutes versus the 3 hours we're in at. All right. We don't count your time. We just count mine.
Is Canadian time and your time different?
I guess if you shake your head, it doesn't really matter. Just go. It doesn't mean anything.
Ryan on the attack. Dave, why don't you talk more? You haven't talked at all this session. What is Dave time different from our time?
Jail's pretty conflicted.
Hold on, let him stroke his beard so he can think of something.
I was actually.
I'm not going to engage this, man. I probably said just as much as you had this session.
Bullshit.
Bullshit? Yes, thank you.
It's close.
Not like you're this wordsmith that's been talking for 3 hours. You'd had the one thing with you attacked a dude in the hole, and I haven't heard much else.
I just want to point out...
We just had dialogue with the arrow slits. There was nothing there.
Mike's talked a lot this session. I just want to give him props and kudos, stepping up.
Trying.
I like it. Adam's talked the most, so I got to give him credit. Adam has talked a lot. I think Adam wins tonight. Wish he was here for the award, but he'll have to collect his Dundee later, I guess.
This is Dundee. You guys hear, what's his face? The guy that played Michael Scott shot down the reboot.
The SNL bit? Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, I didn't see the bit. I just heard that he said he wouldn't do Michael Scott again because today's social climate couldn't handle him.
The SNL opener was pretty great.
Yeah. They had,
you can watch that clip. That was pretty good.
They had Ed Helms, Ella Kemper, and Jenna Fisher.
It was good.
So
I don't know if I'd want them to reboot it anyways. Like, it's
no,
kind
like
of done right.
Yeah, all it's for is a paycheck.
Yeah, that's all it would be, and all it ends up being is a chance to ruin what was a fantastic series that everybody loves.
Which is why I love the tongue and cheek with Jenna Fisher.
Yeah.
She was like,
don't you want to know what happened with Pam and Jeff?
Yeah, you don't want to know what...
Nobody cares.
Pam said to Jeff? Wait, wasn't it Jim? It doesn't matter what his name was.
Why are you so hung up on the details? Think about the money.
Oh my god, this thing's 5 minutes.
It's worth it.
No, it's good. It's a good bit.
We might have just spoiled it for you, but it's still good.
You want to say hi real quick? You want to say hi to the...
Hi.
Hi,
Wow.
Penny.
Hi.
I got popcorn.
You got popcorn?
You have popcorn?
I have some.
Ah, I love popcorn. Nom 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 nom.
What kind of popcorn do you have?
Is it buttered popcorn?
No.
No? No butter?
Is it cheddar popcorn?
Hi, Penny.
Hi.
What are you doing, honey?
Nope, scared the hell out of her.
So you went to the movies?
I went to the movies.
Let me
What'd
guess.
you
Did you see The Grinch?
Yes.
Was it funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was funny. Are you eating popcorn?
Yeah.
You are? Popcorn after the movies? Can you see me waving, Penny? Can you wave?
You see her waving? You wave?
Can you blow a kiss? Catch it!
Blow a kiss? You blow a kiss?
Oh, she can't see me.
This is how much you can see.
Oh.
Penny.
You're so cute, Penny.
So I attack the monster. I raise my rapier up.
Bye, baby girl. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Did not expect Ash's voice out of nowhere.
That booming voice.
Yeah. I think that even woke Brian up.
Alright. So, sorry. Cade, looking in. There's the Kenku. There's one Kenku up and one that Baron just killed. Kenku that's standing has drawn his weapon. Short sword. And looks poised to attack.
Growing visibly frustrated. Across my arms. Baron, I'm not going to try to stop you, but I will not join in this senseless violence. If you want to slaughter these things, you're on your own. And I'm going to lean against the wall with my arms crossed.
They're in a cult, Haven. They're helping the cult from music, if you can call it that. They are hostile.
I don't believe these bird creatures to have the consciousness of mind to knowingly be in a cult. I think they're more a prisoner here than anything.
Then you're a fool.
Think what you will. And I'll turn my head.
Alright, no more bardic inspiration for you.
Alright, well that'll bring us to... Sorry, Baron again.
Alright, I move to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And attack. I assume I still have surprise.
This one is ready since it just saw you slaughter its friend.
Alright, shucks. Still, 27 to hit with my main.
Hit.
16 damage.
Dead.
Do I have enough movement to get to the next one?
That was the other one that was in here.
Oh, I thought there was 3. Alright, yeah, then I killed him too. Gonna use my offhand to hit another one, but okay. Yeah, killed them both. Ha.
Alright.
Did you roll initiative for them?
Yeah, that one. That's why I was like, I'm not even gonna fucking bother. Just put the book down.
They did.
Alright. Of note, give me perception, Baron. Well, everybody, but Baron, since you heard it before.
Nat 20.
Is the smell related?
No. I will let you know if it's smell related.
In that case, nat 1.
Okay. You can all hear it. The flutes continue, and they're being mimicked still.
Terrible. It's the worst.
Jail, you don't hear anything over the grating sound of bad flute. You can't distinguish that it's being mimicked from a separate location or source.
I am going to, before something progresses further, I'm going to roll a dice to see who I believe more. Hale or Baron. If they're cultists, they should die. And if not, I believe Kale. So I'm going to spare the dying on the.
It's Kate or jail. Make up your mind.
He wants to eat kale.
Nobody wants to eat
Nobody
kale. Not
wants
even
that.
vegetarians want to eat kale.
You gotta massage it first.
I hate you.
That's what she said.
All right, spare the dying.
All right. The second Kenku flutters his eyes back, awake, though grievously wounded.
I look about the room. Do I see anything of value or another egress point?
There are the few arrow slits that you passed on the way by. It looks like a couple makeshift straw beds of sorts for the Kenku themselves. There are, as you can imagine, a few scattered trinkets and baubles that they've picked up from their time wherever, but not anything necessarily of value, no.
Okay. Is there another entry or exit point, or just the one we came in?
No, just the one you came in.
Alright, then I'm gonna turn around and continue the other way down the hallway.
I'm going to spare the dying the other one.
I will go follow jail, ignoring Thalgrim's work.
All
I
right.
will assist Felgrim.
There are now two grievously wounded but conscious again Kenku.
Do they seem aggressive?
Too wounded to be aggressive at this point. They had only started to return hostilities when it was shown to them.
Oh yeah, blame me.
They begin to woundedly mimic Cade's original question from when he was trying to call out to them through the arrow slit.
I try to communicate the. Can you point me to where the cultists are? Are you one of them? I'm hoping for hand gestures or something.
Good luck.
They kind of help each other up to like sitting against the wall position, or like something where they can rest and respond. And in doing so, they take bits and pieces and cultists in your voice, and then just kind of like motion around.
Okay, I point to both of them. Cultists?
There's they kind of cock their head again, and then cultists, and they shake their head and point to some of the trinkets.
Alright, I pick some of the trinkets up and look at them.
Just bits and pieces of shiny things. Nothing of note. If you go to the PHB and flip to trinkets, it's just scattered items of there.
So they're raven people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me an insight.
25.
All right. In your best of understanding of this Kenku, you believe that they themselves aren't part of the cult, but they are being given trinkets and baubles to stick by these arrow slits. You think is what he was
See?
trying to
Cultists.
get across.
Told you they were cultists.
I give him a silver piece each and a half a ration of food each, and just put a finger over my mouth and tell them to be quiet, and I'm going to rejoin the party after.
They mimic your motion, but you don't hear any sound except for some slight eating.
I give them trinkets. Hopefully they'll respond to us better when we come around.
They were pretty happy about the silver, you think. It's shinier than some of the other trinkets they had.
Can I see the hole that I made on the other side?
You can see that you hold the hole you made in the wall, yeah.
Do I think it would take a while to open it large enough for them to get out?
Digging through a foot per round. I mean, it'd take you...
Or foot for 6 seconds.
Well, yeah, round 6 seconds. It wouldn't take you too long to... I mean, it's not a super thick wall. So you could open it, but it's also... They could just go around the opening that's already there.
There's nothing stopping them, man.
At this point, I just don't think... Kay doesn't think they're smart enough to do such a thing. They stick to the shiny. That being said, I'd like to take a second to open that up. Once it's open, I'm going to show them a few silver pieces in my hand like you do to a dog playing fetch, and I'm going to throw it out the entrance and hope that they go after them.
Okay. You open it wide enough to fit a medium-sized humanoid out, and you take the silver shinies and throw them back towards the miles-long treacherous walk that has water pouring down the entrance.
Do Jill and I see anything as we
wounded?
continue on?
As they're grievously wounded. Just to paint a slightly different picture than what you may have thought.
Yeah. They're bird people. They'll be fine.
What was the question, Lawrence?
Do Jill and I see anything as we moved on?
Uh,
We split the party.
Yes, you did. So, coming back around the corner from where you headed, there are 3 pillars lining up the hall by the room you passed.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the right once you wrap back around and head towards a couple of rooms. It looks like past the pillars opens up into a much larger area.
Wherever the sound's coming from.
Yeah, I'm following Jill. I'm trusting Jill's nose.
Alright, Jail, give me your perception. And if you're trying to find the sound, roll better than you have been.
No.
They did.
That's a no.
Roll your perception again with advantage.
18.
The flute playing is broken at last by a voice which appears to be yelling. It's coming from the room that you passed.
Hey, I'm gonna go back to the room with the smell of bone.
Follow.
Alright. Rex is on follow with Fulgrim, I'll assume. So, what are you two doing? Fulgrim and
Catching
Kate?
up.
Okay. So you wrap around. As you open the door, there is a stone fountain standing in the middle of a grand plaza, its sides sculpted into the shapes of dwarves bearing drums and horns. Near the fountain, several figures in feathered attire appear to be the ones that have been playing the shrill, discordant tunes on the flutes. Roll perception.
Oh, I'm about to go Hulk mode here.
your perception, Dave?
23.
All right, so starting at the 21 for Lawrence. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lawrence in jail, Baron in jail. The flutes that they're holding seem to be made of bone. You would guess. There is a figure at the head of the 5 robed cultists that is shouting at them various insults and how they have no ounce of musical talent. You pause for a moment as the half-elf just continues to berate them, eventually telling them to leave the flutes and their robes behind and get out of his sight.
I apologize. Can you repeat that?
So there are 5 robed initiates that are holding the flutes.
Yep.
And a half-elf at the head of them that is, he spends the time since you entered, it becomes apparent that he has just been berating them. They have no ounce of musical talent, this, that, and the other. Various insults are thrown out before he orders them to leave their robes and flutes behind and to get out of his sight and return to their dorm.
How far away are they from me?
From you at the entrance, you would say that I need to look at the map. 20 feet.
I'm going to pull out my pipes of haunting and start playing them, causing them all to make a wisdom save or become frightened of me.
Including me?
Non-hostiles.
Gotcha.
So I'll exclude you. I could make you, but I'll allow you to auto-succeed.
All right.
I get another level of exhaustion. I won't be nice anymore.
You said it's a wisdom save?
Yeah. DC 15.
DC 15?
Yeah.
All right. The half-elf succeeds pretty handily, and so does one of the initiates. The other 4 begin to cower in terror, and they flee at the sight of you, right?
They refuse to move closer to me. They have disadvantage on attacks against me. I have advantage on attacks against them. They don't have to flee.
Okay, so they
just won't move closer to me.
So 4 of the 5 initiates stop moving and just begin to cower, while the half-elf and remaining initiate just kind of stand there, intrigued and puzzled now. The half-elf actually begins to beam at the sound of you playing.
Got that right.
Finally, someone who has talent, who knows their way around an instrument.
Lowering the pipes. You should behead all of them.
Their punishment will come in time. Don't you worry.
Who are you, and why are you running this discordant mass of a mob that claims to play an instrument?
I'm Windharrow. I'm Marisi's minstrel, and I'm trying to compose a group for her amusement. My previous students disappointed her, and well, she doesn't take kindly to being disappointed. So I'm in need of new windwords. You have put on a fantastic performance.
I'm a bard extraordinaire, of course.
Clearly.
I will consider performing for your mistress if you behead these fools now. Persuasion?
Sure.
Can I get away with this?
You are certainly trying.
23.
He doesn't seem to be swayed by your opinion.
Blast.
As I've said, their punishment is coming, and they know. They'd have gone and accepted it if you hadn't startled them into staying where they are.
Because they deserve death, that's why they're still here.
Well, death comes for us all, some sooner than others.
Put my hands on my rapiers. Indeed it does. Have you made your choice then?
Is this you trying to intimidate him now?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can give you a performance if you want, or intimidation I could do, but I'm not great at it. But I'm assuming the rest of the party is coming out from behind me shortly, if not already.
Oh, they're pretty much just filing in the ranks behind you. He rolls his eyes, draws his rapier, and runs through the student that remained next to him steadfast.
I smile broadly and take my hands off my rapiers.
There, I've gotten my hands and robes dirtied once. Does that sate your need? Can we move on now? I need musicians, not a shower.
I put a cocksure grin, glance over my shoulder at my party, cock an eyebrow briefly at them, seeing if there's any facial expressions or gestures I should be interpreting.
I get a smile and a nod.
Anybody else?
I'm baffled as to what's going on here. That is what you say.
Discretion.
This is why I don't I read ahead to know like what's in the temple and then just stop as far as what their overall plan is, because I know shit's gonna just go crazy. Here and the Stone Temple has just been, let's watch Baron do things.
We're here to kill cultists, and now we're about to do a recital.
Seeing no expression from the bear, the bafflement on Falgrim's face, and the smile and nod from Rekt. Anything from Cade as he's walking in?
Cade joins the party after checking the Kenku and whatnot. Missed the slaying of the one cultist, so he just sees Windhar standing there, a half elf with a bloody rapier that he's trying to clean off as best he can without using the robes he's wearing, which only have a little bit of blood spattered on them, just like wiping it on the fallen student, while four cower in fear at the sight of Bairn, you think.
You're on mute. Seemed like you talked a lot, but you were on mute.
Yeah. I just cock an eyebrow and look from Baron to the elf and kind of cross my arms to see how things are going to play.
Turning back. That'll do for now. Take us to your mistress.
I'm afraid I can't grant an audience.
Of course you can. I can outperform anyone else in this room and anyone else in this entire structure, guaranteed.
Well, after the performance you put on earlier, I don't doubt that at all, but I have no idea.
Take me to your mistress now.
I have no guarantee that your friends are as good as you.
29 persuasion.
Countered. I've
Really?
Yes. Nat 20. I have no guarantee that your companions are as good as you.
They are my prop men. They are not musicians. I am the star attraction. Now take me to your mistress so I can perform, and we can see what's what, before more of your apprentices need die, if they're even deserving of that title.
They're deserving of no titles that I can give.
And that we agree.
But I also cannot grant an audience right now. The mistress is quite busy.
The mistress will be glad to hear me.
I'm sure she will, when she is ready to hear you. The mistress does not take kindly to being disappointed. Works with either her schedule or being displeased with the music performance.
She will perceive neither if you don't take me to her now. I'm on a tight schedule and must be off soon. 27 persuasion. Mike's in here twice. What? Oh, back to once.
All right, I'm just gonna have to use my cell phone because my internet is shit.
All right. Well.
Oh no! Think of the data.
We're wrapping up shortly, so it won't kill your data too much. I hope.
Either I'm getting us to a bed of rest, or we're getting to see the mistress.
He pauses a moment to reflect on your impassioned speech before shaking his head. I simply can't do it. Like, even if I were able to grant you an audience, that doesn't mean that she's here. So I do not know the mistress's whereabouts. When she is ready for the performance, she calls for me.
Fine. I will take a chamber. I will rest no longer than 8 hours, and if she's not available, then I will be off. Have one of these cowards show us me and my men to a chamber where we can rest and clean.
He pauses. As perhaps that is for the best. I don't know where she's here, and from the looks of you, you do need rest. You need to be able to give the best performance to please the mistress. Very well. One of these talentless hacks will show you to a chamber where you can rest.
I give a make sure she's ready for my performance, and I kick the one he gestures at. Lead on.
The initiate is still terrified of you, but has no real recourse and just guides you through the halls to a... let's see. There's gotta be a barracks of sort in here.
Hope you guys like finding a barracks and sleeping in a cult-controlled territory.
Living quarters. Guide you to a living quarters.
Yeah, just how? We go through these things so, like, pants on head retardedly.
I've got really good persuasion and performance rolls.
So ridiculous.
Cards are the best.
So, backing out across from the guards' quarters, if you headed down the hall, one of those rooms is a living quarters that you are shown to.
So we didn't see any special rooms as we were led there?
You were guided in a straight line and hurriedly by a terrified cultist.
Okay.
He did not stop to give you the tour. He got to the door, pushed it open, gestured, and then fucking hauled. Right,
I look at the group. I suppose we could be safe here for a rest. If not, well, we bought some time and we can venture further in. Whatever works. All these cultists are fools, is all I can tell you.
I'm gonna turn back and be like,
You're a bear.
the fuck just happened?
Oh, you're turning back from a bear?
Yeah, back from a bear.
Hopefully, you rest up and be in better spirits. There was no need for No need for what happened to those bird people in there.
I give a resigned sigh. My head hasn't been the same since the incident.
Yes.
You've been through a lot, I can tell. Try not to let it change you.
It burns inside.
The awful noise just wouldn't stop.
Yes, that didn't help.
Well, let's rest up. It's up tomorrow.
I nod and claim whatever's available as far as a cot or a bed.
I do the same.
I'll take the first watch.
Feel that's really necessary?
No, first watch isn't really necessary. You can all post up.
I guess we can bar the door.
We're undercover. That's suspicious.
All right, so posting up for, I assume, a long rest.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. It's fun times for Baron.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. It's
Messing with me.
gonna get better.
No, it's not.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna end it there
Messing with me.
with everybody posted up in the room.
Woo! Baron strikes again on the temple.
Venturing through these temples has been interesting.
Bards are the best. That's all I'm saying.
Exhilarating.
Like, so I didn't expect you to go through the Stone Monastery the way you did in the first place, and reading ahead to this one, it's like, blah, blah, Wind Harrow training the Windwards to play bone flutes. If there is a bard in the party, or someone who's musically inclined, and I was like, fucking, he's gonna do it again.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.